everyone, so today we're talking about extensions. I've gotten a lot of questions from people online and just people around in like my actual like group of friends, and just I've seen things online about questions on what the best extensions are and things of that sort, and there's 1,000 different brands online that claim to be the best extensions and blah 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 blah. So I kind of wanted to break down some myths, and I've had a lot of conversations with my hairstylist, and we've kind of agreed to a lot of things, and we've drawn conclusions and things of that sort. So I had cut my hair really short at one point, and I was just really unhappy with how short it was. So I was looking for an alternative. And when looking for an alternative, clearly there's a million different types of extensions out there. So you have clip-ins, which is what I have. You have the halo, you have the tape-ins, you have the bonds. And I'm sure, obviously you have wigs, obviously, but that doesn't necessarily count within this category. So I did a lot of research on what is best. I've known people with bonds, and I've known people with tape-in extensions, and I've also known people with clip-ins. And I think tape-ins and bonds are very expensive because you actually have to go in and get them done, and that whole process is expensive. So even for stylists that were my friends, they say, okay, whatever you pay for the extensions, me putting in those extensions will also cost that same amount. So bonds can vary up to $1,000. Tape-ins can vary from anywhere from $200 to $400, and then clip-ins also vary depending on where you get the hair. So there's not going to be any kind of put-in cost because you do this every day. I prefer clip-ins for various reasons. They're easy. You can clip them in and out whenever you want to. So when I go to bed, I just clip them out and I lay them down, and I go to bed without feeling anything in my hair. So this doesn't hurt right now, but when laying down, it can feel a little bit uncomfortable. So just having the ease of being able to clip them in and out anytime that you want to, I think is a huge, huge perk. Tape-ins, we'll see. Let's start with bonds. Bonds are the most expensive. You're spending thousands of dollars every maybe 4 to 6 months. And it does damage your hair because if you think about it, the bond grows, obviously it's stuck to your hair. So as your hair grows, the bond moves down. So then you have knotting, you have breakage, you can't really get the oil out of this area because you're not supposed to be super harsh with your shampoo and things like that. Just imagine the breakage that you're putting your hair through. It just doesn't make sense to me. And tape-ins are the exact same way. They're a little bit cheaper. They're obviously put in bigger blocks, but I just can't imagine that being comfortable. And even with that, you have to go get it moved up because the further down it gets, the more noticeable it gets that you have tape-in extensions. So it's just, you're throwing more money away than you really need to. And with clip-ins, it's just easy. It's just seriously easy. And once you learn how to clip them in the right places, it literally takes me 3 minutes to clip my extensions in and be out the door. And you just look so much more put together. Okay, so I personally have tried 2 types of different hair extensions that were both clip-ins, that were both kind of the same color. And I love one brand and I hate the other. Basically, the first brand that I tried out was Bellami. Now, I feel like that's a very controversial brand to begin with. They are super heavily advertised online. They do a lot of sponsorships with YouTubers, so that's all over the internet. So when I was doing research, it kind of sparked my interest. I've talked to some people that were yeah, these are good, blah, blah, blah. Got, found a discount code, which is usually what draws me into things anyways, which is probably bad. Accidentally typed in Bellamy BS. Oh, I am sure something will come up here, but that's not what I want. Okay, so when you go onto the Bellamy website, there are a lot of different types of clip-in extensions. So the ones that I got were called Piccolina. They were 120 grams and they were 18 inches. They also, let me see how much they cost. I got the color chestnut brown because I do dye my hair a little bit darker and with the red tint, so I like to get them a little bit lighter so they can actually pick up pigment instead of having to bleach them and then dye a color. Obviously that preserves the health of your extensions. So these cost, oh wow, you can buy now and pay later, or you can pay them out. That's interesting. Shit. Clearly some of the stuff on here gets really expensive. So I did buy those for $130. Came to me and they were not exactly 18 inches. I feel like they were a lot shorter. And I'm not gonna sit here and bash Bellami just because, like, I just don't want to bash them. And I'm not saying that they're a bad company, but I think just the fact that the hair was not that long, and it honestly, having tried other brands, they're not that good for how much they're charging. And the stuff that I buy at Sally's, which also, like, I can go into store and pick up my extensions and I don't have to wait for them to get to me and I don't have to pay for shipping. They're so much better. Like, the Bellami extensions really got gross and like dry and just really didn't match the texture of my actual hair within 4 months. And when I wear extensions, I wear them all the time, okay, but it's like I do that with all my extensions. And the extensions that I get at Sally's, which are called Euronext, box looks like this. I bought these for like $130. I think I had like a coupon or two. I bought these for $130. They're 18 inches. They're super long. Like, I'm gonna just stand up and like show you. So this is how long they are. They are 18 inches. They go way past my chest. And they last me forever. The last pair that I had, which I used just as much as I used the Bellamy's, they lasted me 8 months and they were still great. Like, they had not necessarily any split ends, any damage. I just was ready for a new pair because this still gets worn down, and with extensions I feel like cutting it is not like you can cut them, but it just defeats the purpose of having long hair. So I just went in and got another set before my trip. So honestly, I think if you're going to spend that much money, you might as well get something that you know is going to last you a long time. And just stopping in your local Sally's is going to be the best option for you. That hair is super soft. It always matches like the texture of my hair because I have really soft and silky hair. And I've never had problems. And even with the Bellami, like, the color faded, they got raggedy fairly quickly, and I like didn't wash them all the time, which you're obviously not supposed to with extensions. And when I did, I would condition them. I like really took care of them. I use an anti-heat spray. So like everything that I'm doing with the same Sally's hair extensions, like literally so much better, so much more convenient. I like have never had a problem with them feeling weird or washing out or anything like that. So I think if you're looking into getting extensions and kind of playing around with what you like and what you want to do, I would say going to your local Sally's is your best bet. You don't have to wait. It's quick and convenient. And if you get coupons, you can use the coupons on them and things like that. So that is my friends with extensions. This is my third pair. And really with extensions, what you want to consider is the hair color and the length, and then how many grams they are. So I feel like this is about 120 grams, just like the Piccolina ones from Bellami. And I usually go a little bit lighter. If you have a very natural hair color, you will find a color to match your hair and you won't even have to dye it. Cutting wise, if your hair is really short, you should go and get the hair layered to your hair when you go to get a haircut. Because when my hair was shorter, I did have to go get them layered in so they looked a little bit better and less choppy. With these ones, because of the way that the ends are, I really don't have to go get it tailored anymore. I just throw them in and curl them and they look perfectly fine. Yeah, I don't think that I would recommend anyone to buy Bellami when there's options around you that are a lot better. And even with my hairstylist just talking about it, it's what she's done. She's always just purchased it from Sally's, and I just don't think that they are the best brand out there as they are hyped up to be. Yeah, so here's my little rant about extensions and what I feel like is necessary to talk about on the internet because of how blown up certain companies are, and just from experience with different brands, just how I feel. So I hope that this hopefully makes this process easier for you if you are looking for a set of extensions. So yeah, if you have any questions about extensions, leave them down below. I'm pretty sure like I tried to kind of go over everything that I could think of, but if I missed some things out, go ahead and leave the comments down below and I will go ahead and answer them. And yeah, so thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.